Hello, my viewers. I welcome you to this, platform, media platform, whether you're watching me from Facebook, Twitter, mention it, WhatsApp, YouTube, TikTok. I do not know which media platform you are using to watch this from. Chinza Chika, Professor Mbanga. So, ningwata kofio tuma small things that I want us to discuss, to interact, and so on and so forth. So kuposa motima comment mulia. Uh, I've I've done a little bit of research about challenges abamu running of a school or a tuition center because I've tried both to run both a tuition center and a school. It started as a tuition center, very small, and it's growing, reach at a point now where we can turn it into a school. So I've seen a lot of challenges that are involved and how to overcome those challenges and so on and so forth. But what interests me is what makes these tuition centers not to go far. What makes these schools to collapse? Okay, that is the interest I want us to take and discuss for today. One of them, there are many to start with. There are really many factors that causes. So these that I will share, they are just one of them, not necessarily to make it general that say. So if you know others, post some comment section. The first one in renting, okay. For us who started these tuition centers, these schools on premises that are not ours, it has not been very easy. Those who run schools, tuition centers on premises, places where they know what I'm talking about. It's really stressful. You have to pay rent every month, 24 months in a year, multiplied by how much do you pay? That is a lot of money, okay? But to those who have their permanent places, it becomes easy. For the part of rent, they don't have to worry, they just have to worry about other things. Okay? Yeah, but rent is one of the factors that makes schools, tuition centers, or educational centers not to go very far. Why do I say so? uh, Landlords that we have in in our country, not to generalize, I don't know about how they do it with these other countries, but in our country here, Zambia, you agree with me that most landlords, when they see that you are doing fine, they want to touch my rentals. They want to increase the rentals. They want to benefit from whatever you are offering. Okay. Yeah, others they can argue to say, yes, since you are doing fine, they also have to do that. But that shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case. My personal experience when I started these tuitions as early as 2014 when I just completed school. There's a place I can't mention it for security reasons. Um, But there's a place where I was renting. So when this landlord saw that mfana ambo pulling a crowd, ambo pangan drum, what did they do? They increased the rent. They increase without even proper reasons. There is not any renovations that they've done, any modification to the structure, they just want to increase. If you argue about and so on and so forth, and most of the times, as proprietors of these tuition centers and schools, we're left with no option but just to abide. Why? Because you are afraid that you will not find a place very easily. You will not find a place maybe that is better than where you are. And you know the way it is with tuition centers, when people know one place, it is very easy to locate you. Okay? They will recommend to say, no, Kavian Kuriwa teacher, Basangwa pass on, so on, so on, so on, so on. So when students know one place, there is that trust way they have for you. Okay? Now imagine you are hapa, you are on the other part. It just shows that you're not serious with what you're doing with your business. So rent could be one of the reasons why most schools don't go far, why most tuitions don't go far. Okay? Yeah. The other reason that I have observed through my personal experience is salaries. Ukulipila workers, okay? You know, these institutions that we run, whether a school or tuition centers, we need workers, okay? And when I say workers, I just don't mean teachers, okay? In these workers, Muriama gardeners, the place need to look clean, okay? So that when parents come, they will just see from the environment, they say, okay, these guys, they know what they're doing, okay? Also, you need cleaners, okay? Most we call them aunties, okay? If you have a cleaner, place naka pop kaleno kilabe fresh and the like, maimonaka. And now it comes to teachers, okay? If it is an established proper institution, you need a secretary, okay? You need an accountant, you need a what? Teachers, you need to pay them, okay? Now, because of these other factors, when there is mismanagement of funds, rent yaingira, shan. So by the time you are realizing that you need to pay your workers, interamasha short. Yeah. And especially that if you haven't cut a borderline between you as a proprietor of this tuition center or a school. If there is no borderline between you and the institution, then you've lost it all. Because you need to have a distinction, okay? The money for the school is for the school. The money for the tuition center is for the tuition center. It's not for your personal use or personal growth. But when money comes in, you know these monies that we receive for the tuitions, the school fees, what, it is so nice when it is just coming, okay? But when it reaches month end, when you need to pay your workers starting from the gardener all the way up to the head teacher, that's where the headache comes in, because you're going to see this bill plus the rent plus the water bills plus what. Along the other from a bill, that's when you realize to say, oh, that's when you now start having challenges now paying these workers. And when you start having challenges, you start delaying them, some they'll be frustrated because they also have to pay for rent where they stay. They also have to feed their families. They have their own personal issues, and then you delay them. In Bemba, they say Tuarafi Center. Do you know what they are going to do? It's either they will just not report for work. Mambo inconsistency. You even know. And you can't even question to say, hey, why have you not reported for? You know you have not paid them. Okay? So as a result, Bambi, they even stop just like that. I would rather not feel now, when you have a shortfall of teachers, what happens? You start failing now to deliver. As a result, parents will start pulling away. When parents pull away, what will happen? You will not have money in the coffers to pay rent. what will happen now? The landlord will chase you. The school would do what? Corrupt because of who? Failing to pay salaries due to mismanagement of funds or allocation. Okay? Ndala mashalengi okuya ku masalaries mwatwala mukushita ifuna by'abaana mwakita shani. You get the idea. The other reason could be legal documents. Yeah, very crucial. Those who run schools, they know. Those who run tuition centers, they know to say you need legal documents. Council is involved. You need trading license there is involved. You need PACRA. You need ZRA. You need fire certificate. You need health. You need workers' compensation board. You need NAPSA. So there are so many legal documents that are involved in running these institutions. But the good part about these legal documents is that they protect you. Okay? They protect your business and they make you grow because you advertise more, you have nothing to fear. Okay, I can put posters at the road there. Even if the council sees it, they come, they'll find the certificates are there. Okay, I can advertise online. So these legal documents, they'll boost your confidence in running this tuition center, running this school. Okay, but the challenge with these legal documents is that they are not cheap, they are expensive. So you need money for this. The good part, what the government has done, these are yearly, or others one that annually. Yes, they are not like monthly, except ZRA where you have to do annual returns every month. The good part again, there is a new return. Katampangire profit, mwachaka new return. If you have a profit, mwalipila. Just like that. But these other ones, it's annual. Now, even if it is annual, the money that is involved here is just so much for the whole year. Let's say council and all these about 7 documents that are involved, each costing, let's put it at 2,000. So that is about 14,000 yearly. And then you are charging 1,000, maybe 1,500 per term if it is a school. Now, this is when you're just starting. Kwete vya bana 5. Taire kwana na 12 pin, na 15 pin, taire kwana 14 pin here. Okay, and that is per term. It's not monthly that you are charging. Gamma tuition is worse. You find that there are parents who want to, to pay for tuitions as low as 200 kwacha for all the subjects in this economy. Okay? Now, how many students are you going to have to just fit this? You need to pay teachers, you need to pay workers. So you find that people, these are proprietors of these schools, they fail to raise money for legal documents. And when authorities visit you now, council they visit, they find that Tamkwetef, they will close the institution. So that could be one of them. The other one, to close this conversation, is payment from parents. This is a major challenge that myself and other colleagues out there, they face. If anything, this is the one that makes tuition centers, schools not to go very far. Payment from parents. Number one, delayment. Parents delay us. They don't pay on time. Okay? Other parents, they owe 2-3 months. They are owing you, they are not paying you on time. Okay? Whether school fees, whether tuition fees, they do not pay on time. And this is my observation. What parents do, not all of them, but most of them, 99% of parents, they put us tuition centers, schools last on their budget. We are the least on their budget. Now, Vafola, they will sort out all other problems at home. And they decide to put the tuitions for the child last. Like, who last year? Now, this is where they will just say, and others, they even do it rudely. They will just send, if they are paying 500 kwacha, you're just going to be surprised if they've sent you a 200 kwacha. They even write a message, no, I'll clear before Friday. What's that? What is that? Out of 1,500 per term, what Mako 5 are, I'll clear next week. What's that? How can we run the institution in such a manner? Very difficult. So you'll find that because of parents delaying in making payments using these all behaviors that they do, schools collapse, tuition centers collapse. They don't go far because we are now also failing to pay for rent, failing to pay for legal document, failing to pay for thingy. So my appeal to you parents is that do not put us last on your budget when you have gotten paid. Be fair to us. Be fair to the schools where your children goes to. Because they are educating your children. They are helping you. Okay? We spend most of the time with your children more than you do in a day. From morning all the way up to 17. Others you even delay. We go even beyond up to 18 hours. That's when you are picking them. They're already tired. Before you realize they are asleep, tomorrow again they are back to us. And then you put us on the you put on your list, you put us last. The salary is done. You now start outsourcing now. Where are you going to get the money to pay us? Yeah, you can question to say now you want us to put you first. Well, it may not be the case. You can put God first by paying your tithe first. Second, sort out your food issues. At least to a third, much better, not last. And this is where many parents face now challenges now also. Schools they chase. That school, they are not good. That school, yes, because they are afraid that the school will collapse if they continue with that behavior. So, my appeal as we approach the new year, as we close this year, and as we approach the new year next year, let's change this motive. Parents, by putting schools where your children goes to last on your list of bills. Okay? Just the way you worry about your rent, worry about your school fees for your children because they are important. And if you can help us with that, you will see that our schools in Zambia, tuition centers, they are going to succeed and will bring a great development to this country. We are going to take part. We are going to offer something to Mother Zambia. That is my appeal. Do not put us last on that bill list. Be fair to us, especially for tuitions. It is even worse. They don't even consider us. We're not even on the list. If you're operating a tuition center, you can bear with me. Parents, they'll find other means to look for money and pay you, not from the salary. There are few who do that. So we are appealing, help us. That's my message